Hello everybody, I've just been to Waitrose. Woohoo! It's Saturday evening. I didn't go to boot camp. I didn't go to a birthday lunch thing for my friend. I didn't go to the boot camp drinks on Thursday. I just feel like I've got a list of things that I haven't done. Obviously I have done lots of other things, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning and didn't really get back to sleep. And then at 6 o'clock I gave up and I decided to edit last week's video, and then suddenly I realised it was 9:20. So I'm making a new rule for myself that video editing must not come before the important health things for my life. So that's my new resolution. And tonight, the reason I've been to Waitrose is because Roz and her husband Carl are coming around for dinner. Roz is the friend that I usually go to boot camp with, and it was her birthday the other day and it was Ben's birthday last week. So we're going to have a celebratory dinner with friends that we've been friends with for like 30 years and just had to get one or two extra bits and pieces. So I better crack on and actually do something purposeful today, besides editing the vlog, of course. The morning after the night before. Yeah, we had a lovely time with our friends Carl and Roz. It was super fun actually. And now we're going to church. We're actually just having a kind of Christmas social with some people from another church, a church in Kingston, who've started a home group in Cobham. So we're going to see if we can do some stuff together. And I was originally told, oh, you don't need to bring your keyboard, and I was thinking, no, I want to. And then I suddenly remembered why they might have said that, because I was so bad at playing carols last year. So I'll take it and maybe leave it in the car. Good morning everybody, it is Monday morning and I had a completely chilled day yesterday. We did have a little church social thing, which was fun, and then I wasn't feeling great, so I just laid on the sofa and binge watched a documentary about babies. Yeah, I think it's called The Beginning of Life, and so much of it was in Portuguese, so it's quite good practice for my Portuguese. And I eventually found where the subtitles thing is for the Apple TV, because a lot of it was in French as well, which was I could still understand, but in Indian and in Chinese or Japanese or something. So yeah, I think it was actually made mostly by Brazilians, and there's quite a bit of English in it as well. Anyway, blah blah blah. I just chilled on the sofa is what I'm trying to say, and it was fun. And I have done a few admin jobs this morning. It's a bit colder again today. I was going to see if I could go for a run, and then I looked at the weather and I thought, no, it's something like 4 degrees, so and rainy. And I'm doing a few errands in the village, and then I'm going to pick up my dad. Quite yellow.
Oh no, its tail keeps bobbing on now.
Hey everybody, I've come come up to the flat. I'm meeting the decorator tomorrow, so I thought I'd come up this evening so that I miss the traffic in the morning. And it's very exciting. So he's got all the last bits of wallpaper off this wall, and he's begun to fill it and got all the last bits off there. And a plumber came around and took these radiators off the wall the other day so that we could finish scraping behind it. And upstairs it's very exciting. So he skimmed all of this hallway and all of that terrible ceiling that had all the dots of glue on it, which is fantastic. So, as I was saying before, I don't know what the make they're using is called, but the stuff that we used when we were doing up the house in Cobham was called polyskim, and it's very similar. So it's easier to sand down, so you don't have to get everything perfect, and then when it's dry you can sand it down. So there's these little kind of ridges for the moment, and it's come up really good. I'm very excited. And this bedroom up here, needs to focus. Do you remember how terrible that ceiling was? So again, that's going to have a bit of sanding done to it, and all these walls and all the cracks that were in there, we need to get a bit of skirting onto there. So that's only 3 days work, so I'm very excited. And yeah. So I've been here for 2 or 3 hours, and about an hour and a half ago Darcy texted me, and we had originally talked about her coming up, and then she kind of changed her mind because I thought the heating might not be on because we've had some radiators taken off, like this one here, so that the decorator could scrape all the wallpaper off behind them and that kind of thing. And I obviously don't really understand heating and schematics of heating systems, and I thought if you took a radiator off you'd have to keep the heating off, but of course you don't. Anyway, so I texted her to say, oh, it is really warm here. Well, she said, oh, I'm really bored here and there's nobody else in the house. So an hour and a half later, nearly 11 o'clock, I'm like, oh, where on the journey are you? Oh, I haven't left yet. So, because I was beginning to fall asleep. Anyway, she's bought her train ticket though, so I said, okay, we'll come up anyway. But now what I need to do is I need to find somewhere for her to sleep. I've made this bed up in here and shaken all the dust off the sheets. She'll probably want to sleep here now that I've made this up. And the room downstairs that had the double bed, and then when I took the double bed down to Guildford, just the mattress on the floor, the decorator has put all of that in the living room. So that's in here. And it's just on top of the sofa. So this room has got all building stuff in it, so I'm not going to be able to put it in here. So I'll have to work that out. Probably in the living room if we move things around. Better sort that out then. It's nearly midnight and I'm off to collect Darcy from Clapham Junction because there are no more trains to Brockley because it's too late. So I'm going to be on the road for another hour. But it'll be lovely to have the company, and we'll be able to do things like choose light fittings and that sort of thing tomorrow together. Look at these lovely flowers that Ben bought. I shouldn't really have them on this red Christmassy mat. There's probably a better angle for them. I can't find it right now, but they're interesting, aren't they? It is Wednesday morning. I am just about to go to my coach. I have to confess to you guys, I am really struggling with my mental health. I feel a bit better today, and yesterday was good. Before I arrived at the flat on Monday, I was going to do a bit to camera about how terrible I felt. I'm even considering whether I need to go back to my therapist. I might not even upload this. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Also on the table, not really related, is the TV from the house in Guildford. Every time I flip the screen round, it makes a terrible noise. So there's lots of like differences between clips that were actually all recorded at the same time, but it's in between flipping the screen up and down and then speaking to the camera from a different angle, which all sounds different. So yeah, so got a TV here now that was in the Guildford house. I'm going to flip the camera around. That's easier. Yeah, they've just never used it. I don't know whether they've not figured it out. I haven't actually got it connected to terrestrial channels, but it's automatically linked up to Netflix and YouTube. And I don't know whether they can get on to other internet things like BBC iPlayer and that sort of thing. Probably. I got them a license anyway, because nowadays if you're on BBC iPlayer you do have to have a license to watch some things. I'm going to go and talk to my coach now, and I don't want to treat her like a therapist though, but she does help me set goals and strategy, so she might help me decide whether to go back to my therapist or not. And I can talk through with her what I think the contributing factors are, and whether I should strategize to put things in place that my therapist already taught me, or whether there's a need to go back. So let's see. So I'm actually back in the car. I got to my coach's house and she answered the door in a dressing gown, all wrapped up, not looking well at all, has been ill and forgot to look in her diary, but we've rearranged it for this afternoon because she said she is feeling better today and she's got to go back to her clinic she works at tomorrow. So that's cool. This time of year is beautiful. I think it's the change in the seasons. So now that all the leaves are off the trees, you have these amazing silhouettes, and then when the sun comes out it just lights everything up as well. Right, I'm off out with my dad now. I feel amazing. I think I was just afraid. I think I was just in fear of my mental health because it spiraled so much the other day. But the minute I got up to London, I felt great. So I think I've just had a bit of time to myself, which is probably what I needed, writing in my journal and thinking, yeah, everything's good. Everything's in a good place. So it's probably really good that my coach wasn't ready for me, because otherwise she might have got a negative download from me. Whereas this afternoon I'm going to be in a much better place. I don't know whether I'm going to upload this little process my brain's been going through, but it might be helpful to you guys. So when I edit it, I will make that decision. It's Thursday morning and I'm off out with my friend Nikki to take her dog for a walk, and then we're going to have a cup of tea and a good catch up. I'm wearing Louis' snowman jumper again because it's nice and windy and soft. I had a lovely time with my friend Nikki, walking her dog and having a coffee with her. Then I've been doing admin for the rest of the day. It's about 3 o'clock now and I'm going to pop down to Guildford and take Darcy out for a coffee and go to the shop and get her a new phone charger. And the sun is doing amazing things this afternoon. Hello everyone, it's Friday morning and I'm going to boot camp. Yes, it's not Saturday. She runs the boot camp on Wednesdays and Fridays as well, but I usually just always go on a Saturday. But I think I might not be here Saturday. I think I might be going up to the flat this afternoon and staying overnight. And I feel well enough to go to boot camp. So I have just gritted my teeth and gone, yes, just go. And I heard somebody talking the other day about when you've got a goal, sometimes you've just got to get the ball rolling. And I've kind of achieved this goal. I've got my fitness level back and I'm in the shape that I want to be. And I don't want to lose that. And I have got out of the way of going to boot camp and going running because of my various injuries. But I feel well enough now. So I've got to make sure I get that ball rolling again and stay on track. Hello everyone. I have come up to the flat. It's Friday afternoon, evening. I didn't vlog going out with my dad and Louis, but I'm sure you can see that on Louis' vlog. We had a really nice time at Giro, had a big heart about a billion things, it was lovely. And then I went grocery shopping with my dad. And the decorators, let's put this light on, and the electricians have been. So the electricians have sorted out that light down there. There wasn't one before. And put in all the extra sockets that I asked them to, and the decorators have finished filling all the stuff, and they've fixed the ceiling up there, and that's still got to be like filled, and they're going to paint all of the walls in the hall, stairs and landing. And it's not got the light fitting on it yet, but the electricians have put light fitting there, and when the plasterers and decorators have finished painting those walls, that will go back up and it will come on, I think, when we put that light on. Where's that landing light? Must be that switch up there. I don't know which switch that's going to go on, but anyway, it's all very exciting. I'm very happy. It's going to just mean that the next bit whizzes on quite quickly. I have just spent 3.5 hours editing the vlog. That's how long it takes. And yeah, so that's this week done. I might do a separate chatty video about the whole mental health thing that I was talking about, and I'm feeling a lot more confident. I've got a lot more to update you about after going to see my coach. She was very positive, very affirming, and yeah, it's just those battle things. I think that was in last week's vlog. I talked about the battlefield of the mind. I'm not sure, but yes, we all struggle with it, don't we? Doubts about yourself and catastrophizing and things like that. So yeah, just gotta keep having the right strategies and good support network around you as well, which I have. And before I sign off, one of the things I always forget to do is ask you to comment. And I just love the discussion between people that watch my vlogs and me and other people. So yeah, I should really always think of a question to ask you. I guess it is, what strategies do you have when you doubt yourself and you catastrophize about stuff? Maybe you've got strategies against catastrophizing in the first place. So yeah, comment below, and hope you got this far in the video to hear me say this. And I'll see you next week. Bye.